Hey, welcome to the midweek plan with me. If you watched my last video, you will know that I spent the end of last week, beginning of this week in migraine hell. And I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate all the well wishes. I got them everywhere, and I just can't tell you how much I appreciated it. And for those who understand what it's like to suffer with migraines, I feel for you too. It sucks. And I have spent most of this week working on not having another one. I have been so careful. Overhead lights are one of probably my worst triggers. So when I was at work, like I have lights removed, and then I close my blinds. Every type of light was not great for me most of this week. So I've been watching my light. Too much sounds I shouldn't say we, it's more Ross, but notorious in this house for having the TV on as background noise and then watching a YouTube channel. Ross will be TikToking. Those extra sounds when I'm having a migraine or recovering it's awful. So I've been super, super cautious this week. And then on Wednesday, I was like, I need to catch up in my planner. And I was like, oh, let's just film it. So here we are actually planning in my week. You guys never see this. This is the crazy part for me. I am always very much like, here's my setup, but you never really see the daily updates, the day-to-day stuff, because I find it kind of hard to film. I would have to intentionally pull out a camera and set it up and film it. And I don't. So I did for this because I was actually kind of playing catch up. And I'm still kind of in that hazy stage. Also, this pen, I use this pen in my journal. Maybe I'll talk about it next time. I use this pen because it fits in my pen holder in my cover because it doesn't have a grip. Like the Pentals have a gripper. So it's interesting to me because it's a Rytech quiet click in the 0.5, 0.5, whichever it is. It's a really great writing pen, but I prefer the feel of a Klena, but this works great in my planner. So planning obviously here at my desk. And I just used my little sticker book. That's a whole nother thing. I think that I was unintentionally being intentional. Is that a thing? Does that make sense? So my thought process here was that I have most of my stickers that I use on the regular in this book. So that's where I was like, okay, I can just use this book. I did find that I was missing a few, and I've actually gone in the days since I filmed this and replenished some of those stickers. And I think I've also discovered, I know that I want to add some more. I need to kind of clean out the back of the book and that front pocket. It's a whole thing. You kind of almost carry it like you do a planner, and you're like, oh, it's starting to get cluttered with crap because that's what happens. So that's another thing. And also thinking about stickers maybe that I'm not using in here. I'm not using some of these, and that might be okay, maybe we need to swap these out. So then part of me is like, do I get another little book to pull out some of the sticker pages that I'm not using? Because, I just, of course, want to go buy something. I did go look and see if I could get this notebook, this ring binder without the stars. Because I switched out my little cover image, my little cover card that I have in there. And I kind of was like, oh, I wish I could see it better without the stars, but I couldn't find it. So it is what it is. But that link, I'm pretty sure that link is in my links. I do love this size. I actually thought about the whole, I wonder if I could use this as a tiny planner, but then I hate rings as planners. So I need to stop talking like that. I'm in planner crisis, guys. I don't know about the rest of you right now, but I am in planner crisis. I've been looking at traveler's notebooks. I have been thinking about different things. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out my 26 and commit. I think I'm committing to Pocket for the start of 26, but I think my work one is going to be a basics. And I think I might do a TN as like a commonplace catch-all, maybe different. I don't know. Art. I need to draw more on paper. It's a whole thing. I got a whole thing going on, and here we are. I don't even know. So by Wednesday, I have to tell you guys this for those of you who do shop my shop and follow the shop and everything. The shop was on sale last weekend leading up through my migraine. Like the shop was on sale through, I think Monday. I think it was Monday. So like through the 2 bad days of my migraine. And so like Ross did a great job pulling orders, helping me out. But I was like, by Wednesday, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to get stuff done. And I did, but I was still being super careful. So shipping hasn't been quite as quick. It's still quick. For us, it's still a couple days. I think the max I was at like 4 or 5 days. So I've spent this weekend catching up. So like it's been easy and great and all the things. But like I started to be like, oh my God, I have to be able to sit in front of a computer at some point for extended periods of time. Oh, yeah. Sometimes life just gets in the way and you have to roll with it. So I will say that I think part of my migraine was me not listening to my body. And that is something I have been very, very good at. I have been very good at being like, you know what? I'm feeling exhausted. I need to take a nap, which is something as an adult. As a child, I didn't like to take naps, but as an adult, I didn't take naps unless I had a migraine. Like unless my body was like, okay, we're shutting down. You don't want to? Here you go. But as I've gotten older, I've gotten better about acknowledging the fact that sometimes you just need a rest. You just need to curl up on the couch with a blanket, put on your favorite show, movie, whatever, and take a nap. So I think that me not being able to do that, and we can argue with the whole like prioritization of things you need to do on Saturday, and then going and hanging out with friends and staying out super late. I think that's what accumulated to my migraine. And then I don't actually know what brought on the rebound. I don't know if it was time to have one of those. It's probably been a decade. So guys, I transitioned into journaling with this video. I finished my catch up and I was like, okay, I think I'm just gonna I've been really working. Okay, I haven't been really working. I've been wanting to really work at getting my memories done in the first half of the year in my basic slim. And I went back and I stuck down pictures and I set up every memory page at the end of the month. It's what I do. I've even done it in the Pocket. And I kept saying, I need to go back and I need to fill these in. So I've been slowly doing that. As you can see, I am on March. I know I'll link the February. I don't know if I filmed January when I did it, but I know I filmed February when I have found that when I'm doing my memory pages or even journaling in general, I really enjoy using my fountain pens. I don't enjoy fountain pens for everyday planning. And I don't know if it's just because I haven't found the right ink or what, but because I like to use highlighters and I like to use watercolor, and the inks that I have don't always play nice with watercolors and highlighters. So it might just be an ink thing, but I honestly don't know enough about fountain pen inks to know. So this is a TWSBI. I think it's like a Prisma. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I definitely paid a little extra for the iridescent coloring on it, and it is extra fine. I really love this. I have a purple, I have a turquoise in the TWSBIs, and I think the TWSBIs are my favorite. I had bought a couple inexpensive fountain pens. The Pilot Metro is what I think one of the ones I have. And I'm like, I just don't like fountain pens. And I think part of the problem was, and it's like anything, like I love Pentel pens and I love the Clenas more than the regular Energels because of the barrel. It's the grip and how you hold it. And I think that the TWSBIs are a good hold for me. I like the way they sit in my hand. And that's a thing, but you don't always think about it like that. So I don't think I liked the Metro because of the hold. I don't think it was because it was a fountain pen. I did recently pick up a Lamy Safari in the blackberry. It's one of their, is it the 25 color? I think it's the 25 color. And I like it. It's very light, which I do. It's plastic, but the cartridge it came with is blue ink, and I have to figure out either how to load a cartridge or buy a cartridge or do something to change the ink. And then I'm like, well, I should just use the blue ink that's in there. So I'm tentatively, I kind of been using it for random things. I don't know. Ink color matters to me. And I have a new ink color I'm going to be putting in a fountain pen. I just haven't had the time to do it. It's kind of crazy. Also, you'll see on there, if you look closely, that I made a mistake and I just kind of scratched it out and moved on. I am embracing just keep going. Just don't be the perfectionist. Work really hard to not be a perfectionist and keep going. Because it's not about being perfect or having the perfect handwriting. It's about documenting the memory. Taking that moment to write it down. And if it's for you, if it's something that you're going to do, you're going to go back and you're going to read this. I personally do. I personally have flipped through my old journals looking for a date, a time, something, especially my work ones. It's amazing how much I have gone back to those. But even these, and then there's always that part of me that's like, because I keep my old journals, that someday, you know what, a family member is going to happen upon it and possibly read it. And I keep these are very neutral, we'll say. There's not a lot of feelings in these that I don't worry about that. I do have a small journal that I write my feelings in. And that one, you know what? It might get tucked away. It might be one of those where it's like, don't open if you don't want your feelings hurt kind of thing. Who knows? But I always think that someday somebody's going to pick up my journal or they're going to throw them away, and that's fine too, because I won't care. I'll be at a point in my life that I do not care if I'm even still here. So I try not to weigh too heavy on that. I do it for me, and I focus on the fact that this brings me joy in a chaotic world. And that's what matters, truly. Also, I'm journaling about the Dairy Queen Oreo. What was that thing called? Their Oreo. That was the Oreo parfait. It was like a TikTok thing. Like it was a whole trend on TikTok. And I finally was like, I have to go get one. And it was really good. Anyway, that was way back in March. So I picked 2 pictures and I journaled. That's kind of been my theme this year in the B6 Slim. I don't know. I'm thinking more 1 picture in my A6 and maybe not a lot of journaling. Maybe it's only like taking a bubble sticker and like just writing a little like caption down. I haven't done any memory keeping in the A6 Slim pocket size notebook, so we'll see where I get with that. I hope you enjoy this video, guys. It's a little different pace for me, and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear it. And as always, like, be kind. Good luck on your 26 journey. And until next time, I'll see you then.